What happens in the Arctic never stays in the Arctic. It is warming faster than any region on our Earth, and our Earth is already seeing its impacts. Hello everyone, I am Sharon Helen PRECILLA from EC department. Today, I want to talk about Arctic climate change and innovative ideas to develop new renewable energy resources. Our Arctic is warming at a rate of twice the global average. Why Arctic climate change that happens at the end of the Earth matters. According to COP26, we cannot negotiate the melting point of ice, but we can find innovative ideas to develop new renewable energy resources. What happens at a part of the Earth impacts the whole world, but how? Without urgent action to cut greenhouse gas emissions, our Earth will continue to feel the effects of warming Arctic. Rising sea levels, changes in climate and precipitation patterns, increasingly severe weather events, and loss of habitats of fish stocks, marine mammals, and birds. The average temperature of the Arctic has increased to 2.3 degrees Celsius since 1970s. Hence, there is an urgent need to reduce Arctic's climate change. But how? We urgently need a transition towards 100% renewable future through development of clean energy resources. Governments need to finance on renewable energy resources present in the Arctic instead of subsidizing oil and gas. Planning and management in the Arctic must find ways to reach social and natural systems to absorb change. This is resilience. WWF, the Worldwide Fund for Nature, is set up to identify places around the Arctic that are considered to be more resilient. There are many wind turbines situated in the Arctic near Alaska to produce renewable energy resource to a part of the Arctic. But these are not efficient enough to produce 100% renewable energy. Hence, there is a need to innovate new renewable energy resources to suffice Arctic's needs. According to the sources in NRC 2010A, there are 4 different stages for technological change to be developed. They are invention, innovation, adoption, and diffusion. Invention, creation of new knowledge or new prototypes. Innovation, creation of new or improved commercial products or processes. Adoption, initial deployment and use of the new technology. And diffusion, increasingly widespread adoption and use of the new technology. These 4 stages can be used to develop new renewable energy resources for the betterment of our society. One such highly potential renewable energy resource is solar wind. There is solar power and wind turbines. What is solar wind? In practice, harnessing solar wind for now is just a theory. But if viable, it could potentially source about 100 billion times more energy than our humanity needs. It is all about using a satellite to capture streams of energized particles that are released from the sun and source it back to Earth in the form of an infrared laser. It is very cost effective and it is highly efficient renewable energy resource. Our world's energy needs could be met 100 billion times more over using a satellite to harness solar wind and beam it back to Earth, though focusing a beam could be tricky. Dyson-Harrop satellite begins with a long metallic wire loop pointed towards the sun. This wire is electrified to produce a cylindrical magnetic field, which snacks up half the electrons that make up the solar wind. These electrons get funneled into a spherical metallic cylinder, and these electrons are captured into the spherical metallic cylinder to produce current, which in turn creates magnetic field for the wire, which makes it a self-sustaining system. Any current not needed for the generation of magnetic field could be used to source infrared laser back to Earth trained on satellite dishes. Any current not needed for the generation of the magnetic field sources an infrared laser trained on satellite dishes back to Earth designed to collect energy. As air is transparent to infrared rays, Earth's atmosphere won't suck up any energy from the beam until it reaches the ground. Back on satellite, the electron is drained off its electrical energy and hence forms a ring sail and hence forms a ring-shaped sail where they wait until the incoming sunlight re-energizes them enough to keep the satellite in orbit with the sun. Solar wind can be used as an effective renewable energy at the ends of the earth. They can help us reduce the Arctic climate change. They can also help us to save our environment. Small acts, if multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. Climate change is no longer a far-off problem. It is happening here. It is happening now. Earth can survive the climatic change, but we cannot. Let us all be the change we want to see in others. Let us not be the part of the pollution, but the part of the solution. Thank you.